All right, let's say you want to start getting in shape. You're pretty new to the fitness industry and you see people make workout videos and you see how healthy and nice they look and you think, "Wow, that looks good. I want to be like that." So that was me. Let's say technically it started in high school. When I was growing up, my dad would take me on long distance runs outside as just a way of getting exercise. It's something that he liked to do. He was a marathon runner back in the day, so he would take me on runs. Fast forward to high school now. Because I do that, I was good at running. But the thing with that was I also became pretty skinny. Like in freshman year of high school, I think my BMI was considered malnourished. Even though I wasn't, I was healthy. It's just that I ran that much that I don't know, I was just skinny. I also have a fast metabolism. I wasn't like one of those Olympic marathon runners where they're literally just skin and bones, but just think of that when you're visualizing this, because that's probably close you could get. It was about either junior or senior year, someday when varsity went to the weight room as a new thing because they wanted us to get stronger. Because then I switched to doing track because I thought it was cooler. I also didn't want to be one of those marathon runners where I looked like if I fell down, if I tumbled on the step, I'd shatter all my bones in my legs. So no, switched to mid distance. And because of that, my coach wanted us to do, weightlifting. Yeah. So that was technically the very first time I have been in a weight room. Or I guess ever seriously weightlifted. I had the thing where I needed some guy to help me lift it off myself. Because, I bit off a little bit more than I could chew. But that was the start of my fitness journey. I started out skinny. And I never really thought about it until college. Because college, it's the time of reinventing yourself, wanting to be a better person. I think it was about sophomore year, maybe, where I thought to myself, okay, I really have to take this seriously because I don't want to be skinny anymore. I want to actually, be healthy weights, have some muscle to me. Just not necessarily be a gym bro though. Someone who's super jacked and ripped. I don't want that. I don't need to be like that. I just want to be pretty much vanity's sake, the thing of wanting to get the girls. Not necessarily that, but be good looking, fill out my shirt. So then I started to do weightlifting. I didn't really have a plan at the time, just kind of went in, went on bench press, some machines, lifted weights, just kind of doing random things, and that did help me for a minute. But again, the big thing with me was really weight. I just had to eat. So the big change where I actually started to take it seriously was start of junior year and then senior year. So I had to figure out, here's the question in my mind. I wanted to look big, but I didn't want to be too big. I wanted to still, look fit and in shape. So that's when I had two decisions to make. It was either weightlifting. Well, here's two separate things. First is diet, and second is the exercise. So let's start with the exercise. Either weightlifting or calisthenics. Now, weightlifting obviously is probably the fastest method, I'd imagine, to looking bigger. but calisthenics in the long run is better to do. You know, you hear about all these people who can lift their body up with 2 hands, handstand push-ups, pike push-ups, things like that. And that actually intrigued me because I'd love to be able to do that. One of the goals I had as a kid, and even now, I want to be able to learn how to do a backflip. Which one day I will. One day. That day is not today, but at some point. But I really like calisthenics. So I got into it. I know how to do a frog stand, and I know how to do, I forgot what it's called, but think of like a pike handstand, or no, think of like a planche, but instead of your entire arm being stretched out, you have your what's the bone? Your humerus, or I guess your biceps, like still up against your stomach, lifting up from there, holding you up. So like a baby planche. So I started getting into calisthenics. I figured I know that I still have to do weightlifting because you have to do everything in balance, but I want to do calisthenics more so. I have been slacking kind of. I'm at a plateau because I feel like the next big thing I need is shoulder strength, doing pike push-ups to be able to do handstand push-ups. I need to learn how to do handstand, actually. I don't have the best balance or coordination for that. But that's besides the point. The other one is diet. Now, you hear all the time about people saying, I'm a bit overweight and I need to cut. What are easy ways for me to do that? How do I limit the food that I eat? But I am the opposite. I'm skinny. I've always been skinny. I need to learn how to eat more calories, more food in myself. But the obvious answer, and the one that doesn't feel right, is doing dirty bulk, which is pretty much whatever food gets put in front of you, you eat. Cheeseburgers, hamburgers, fast food, fried food, anything. Like anything. You need calories to be in a caloric surplus to gain weight. So just eat whatever is in front of you. But just that feels wrong. Another reason why I've been skinny is I am typically a healthy eater. Love my fruits and vegetables, love the fresh food. Stuff like that. So it wasn't like necessarily natural to me. But that was whatever. I really don't know what I should do, because that is the fastest way of doing it. Like, technically. But am I going to make myself unhealthy if I do that? Do I have to eventually switch to running to, like, cut that weight later on? I don't know if dirty bulking is the way to go. Just don't know. But that is where I'm at in my physical journey. How do I gain weight? And what kinds of exercises do I need to do to gain that muscle? That's just me personally. I know I'm a pretty specific case for a person to have in their fitness journey like this, but I just wanted to talk a little bit about that. If you guys have any advice for me as a fit person that's skinny, any tips on how to gain weight cleanly, and what specific exercises to do to maximize muscle growth, then I am all for it. I would love to hear it. Besides that, that's just all I want to talk about. See you guys. Subscribe if you just like this commentary. If not, then see you later. Bye.